Salute and welcome to the Stories and Cocktails podcast, where you will enjoy an entertaining short story from acclaimed humor columnist Rob Kreider. Story time is the family portion of the show. Then we move on from the stories to the cocktails. This is where the alcohol and the not safe for work portion of the show takes over, as Rob and his wife /editor /muse Sara Kreider are taking some adult beverages and provide you with a behind the scenes recap of what really inspired the original story. Put your feet up, relax, and enjoy yourself a round of stories and cocktails. Cheers.
This story is called Honey, I'm Buggy by Rob Kreider. Hey, that's me. My wife, whom I love, had romanticized the days when she was a kid and she had gone camping. I know my wife, maybe better than she knows herself, and large bugs and going to the bathroom in the woods isn't her thing. But shame on me for saying she was not the camping type. When she was a kid, her family went camping every summer. Camping was the best part of her childhood, second only to her easy bake oven. I tried to convince her that taking our two kids camping would be about as much fun as it was when she made us take them to the fair. At the fair, the kids ate corn dogs and got sick on the tilt-a-whirl. My wife wanted to go camping so she could prove to me that she was some type of granola girl. It wasn't that I didn't want to go camping. I consider myself an outdoor type of guy. All I need to survive in the wilderness is a pocket knife and a beer. Camping with my wife, on the other hand, requires a few more items. You see, she didn't exactly want to rough it out there in the wilderness. She wanted to bring the comforts of home to the wilderness with her, and those comforts could only get into the wild by being tied to my back. She had me packing a portable flush toilet, a portable table, and a tent that resembled a small portable condo. I asked her if she expected me to carry all this stuff, or if she had a portable husband to help get all of it into the woods. My kids were no better at roughing it than my wife. They didn't understand why we couldn't plug in a DVD player into the tent. They were more entertained with the portable flush toilet than they were with the mountains or the lake. In fact, they each had to use the toilet about twice an hour because it was the closest thing to having cable that they could find at the campsite. When dinner time came, the kids wanted Happy Meals. None to be found. Setting up camp was the hardest part. In the history of the entire world, even back as far as Adam and Eve, there has never been a married couple who could put up a tent without fighting with each other. While we argued about the best place for the tent, I tried to hammer plastic tent stakes into solid rock. It was hot out, and I could see that camping wasn't turning out to be as much fun as my wife remembered it. I chose the location for the campsite that we stayed in, so of course I was blamed for every single insect that came within 2 feet of my wife. Why did you pick such a buggy spot? I know, when you were a kid camping with your parents, there were no bugs. There weren't, and it wasn't this dirty either. You picked a dirty, buggy place. Where did your parents camp when you were a kid? At home in your living room? Let me guess, your tent was actually a fort made with couch cushions? We are currently in the wilderness, where they store all the dirt and all the bugs. Once it got dark, we found that the flashlight batteries were dead, thanks to the kids playing with the flashlight during the daytime. Nighttime plus dead flashlights equals time for bed. That meant that the 4 of us had to get inside our rickety tent and attempt to fall asleep together. My wife and I usually sleep in a king-size bed. A king-size bed means we can go to bed mad at each other without having to feel the other person's cold feet at night, because sometimes a cold foot on a warm leg is the final straw that puts me on the couch. While we were camping, my wife and I had to share a double sleeping bag. There was no couch to sleep on in the wilderness, only a rock with some pine needles on it. This meant that my wife and I had to get over our tent argument and try to sleep together in a very cramped space. To top all this, we had the kids lying in sleeping bags right next to each other. Once the kicking game started, the night was all downhill from there. Dad, she's kicking me. He kicked me first. For hours and hours, my kids continued to fight with each other, while my wife and I shushed them over and over. I finally lost it and yelled out so everyone within 10 camping sites could hear me. The next one who kicks someone else has to sleep outside with the coyotes. That stopped the kicking, but instead of hearing my kids fight, I had to hear them cry hysterically and ask my wife if there really were coyotes in the woods. The coyote frenzy sent my kids from their sleeping bags into ours. I didn't sleep a wink all night, my children's bony legs endlessly jabbing me in the kidneys. Ironically, I actually found myself saying the words, "Stop kicking me." "You kicked me first, Dad." We'd planned to stay the following day at the campsite, but after less than 12 hours in the wild, with no sleep and no place to wash her hands, my wife was in desperate need of a shower, as well as a real flush toilet. Mom had had enough, and it was time to pack up and go. I finally got to hear her say the words I had been waiting for. Camping sucks. By the way, next summer, I'm planning on taking my wife camping again at the Embassy Suites.
Okay, folks, it's time to pop that top and let's get to those cocktails.
Hey, welcome to Stories and Cocktails, the drunken portion of the motherfucking show. We're coming to you live on tape from Palm Springs, California.
Yes, I love it. I've been trying to get you here for 15 years.
Yeah, but I'm not 70 years old or a gay man. So it takes me a long time to get to Palm Springs because I had no fucking reason to come here.
Okay, but now that you're here, you realize it's not just for, what's the word for 70? Septarians?
Not sure. You were the math teacher, not me.
Okay, so it's not just for people over 70 and queer folks. It's also just for anyone who loves sunshine and crystal blue skies and drinking.
Yes, there's plenty of drinking here, which is why we're fucking here.
There's so many places to drink here.
Yes, and they've been good to us.
And the Tiki game is off the hook.
So good. And if we sound a little shitty, just because we hit some tiki bars pretty hard early today.
We don't sound shitty. We just sound tiki. We're tikied up.
Tikied up. And when we say queer folks, we don't mean it in like a derogatory way. Like, we love queer folks. They make the best drinks. This town is fucking awesome for a reason. It's clean. It's awesome. Every place should look like Palm Springs. We need more queer people, really.
Only a homophobic person thinks that the word queer is derogatory.
That's probably
queer is.
Let's put that down in my category. That's probably me as the cis white male. I'm like, I feel a little weird when you said queer. I'm not sure I can say it. I'm not sure I'm supposed to say it.
No, you are. That's
I don't know.
okay.
I'm like, hey, you fucking queer. I mean, that seems pretty angry.
Well, you're not supposed to say it like that.
Oh shit, I'm doing it wrong.
Asshole. Like I said, only a homophobic person.
I said I'm not supposed to say it.
I didn't know before we started this that you are the person who's not supposed to say it because you are the homophobic
That's why when you
person.
said it on the show, I was like, I don't think we can say queer. I know.
No, you can't. I can't.
Obviously, obviously I can't.
We definitely we went ahead and straightened that out. I'm pretty sure that I can.
Okay.
And you cannot.
I should not.
You should not.
And I shan't.
Well, and maybe you should just learn some more.
Maybe I should just shut the fuck up.
And maybe not be such an intolerable person.
Well,
you know what I mean,
I'm on brand, right? I was a police officer, fucking white male, heterosexual. It's part of the package. You know what I'm saying?
Cis, white, heterosexual.
Yeah.
Male.
Everybody hates me, man.
Yeah,
for good reason, because I say stupid shit like that all the time.
Yeah, I like to play the game with you where you're just like, oh man, poor me. History has treated me so well, and now everyone hates me, and oh, it sucks to be me. I got all the advantages, all the opportunities that no one.
The party
has
is over for me,
and it sucks. And I like to be like, oh yeah, you're enough. Enough because that's kind of what that movie was about. Like, hey, don't forget that it's hard to be a white cis heterosexual male also, but then you fucking say shit that's like so sexist and so homophobic that I can't get on board with you.
So sorry. And now here's the thing. I'm making an effort every day to do better and learn better. But I also think it's hilarious.
It's never hilarious.
Because I grew up in the 70s, 80s when there was a certain amount of like humor. If you watch Police Academy, a lot of the humor is like sort of gay jokes, which will not play now. They're not funny.
Yeah,
anymore.
No,
but they were ingrained in me to be funny.
Here's the thing.
Which I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's where I'm from. I'm not defending being a white piece of shit. I'm just saying like it's just fucking. I have to make an effort to be inclusive.
I want you to know that I hear you, and your voice is valued.
Thank you.
If I'm a young gay man and I'm getting the shit kicked out of me, what I need to remember is that Police Academy, those fag jokes are so funny. The cultural humor that they provide to society at large is worth the homophobia that I face every day.
No, but the reality is this. If you were a queer person and you were getting the shit kicked out of you, I'm the first person that actually would jump in and keep that from happening.
Right.
That is the truth.
But do you realize that wouldn't keep happening if we didn't keep like making that like the butt of our jokes?
I didn't make that fucking movie.
If you don't laugh at the jokes, then you sort of like you're not part of like the stigma.
I was like 11 years old laughing those jokes. I didn't know shit.
I know, but you're still using it as your defense. You're still like, yeah, but Police Academy.
Remember that movie, Police Academy?
Yeah. You're like, hey, that guy that was in that thing, Steve, what's his name? It's Gutenberg?
Gutenberg, yeah, fucking Gutenberg, baby.
You're like, Gutenberg.
I blame Gutenberg.
He made it okay for all of us. Like, no, he didn't. Steve Gutenberg is not like the icon. He's not like the voice of the generation where we can just continue to make homophobic jokes.
When the Me Too movement came out, they weren't holding up posters of Steve Gutenberg like, this is our guy.
No, and I love that you're like sort of like mixing up your, but of course you would, because you're a cis, white, heterosexual male. So you're just like the Me Too movement, homophobia, racism. You're just like, anybody who's squawking at me that it's not fair.
Well, it's always my fault.
They're all in the same group.
Me Too. I'm
Women,
like, oh shit, did
people
I rape
of
somebody?
color,
Shit.
queer people.
Oh.
Yeah, you're just like, everyone's yelling at me that there's something wrong with me, that I'm the problem. And you're like,
well, I'm definitely the fucking problem.
I know I'm not the problem because Steve Gutenberg made these jokes. And if they're good enough for Steve Gutenberg, they're good enough for me.
Yeah, man, I can't defend this.
Okay, we have properly beat you up now.
All right. No, I totally deserve it because I say stupid shit. But I do love Palm Springs. I love all the gayness. I was very popular today. Really was. Because I'm a younger guy at 50.
Well, you're kind of
I'm walking around. I made a lot of friends today.
No, listen. I love you. I love the glasses that you wear. Like, just like, if everyone could just see the world
through my cis white male eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, the world is mine for the taking.
God, and it really is.
It has been my whole life.
I love that you're like, I'm a young guy. You're not. There's two different age groups here. There's over 70.
Yes.
And there's under 30.
Yes.
You are not.
No, I'm a fucking unicorn. Because the 70-year-old's like, look at this 50-year-old guy.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
No, I was on a trail today, and they were all very friendly to me.
They were friendly.
Yeah.
No, but they weren't. They were looking at you, and they were like, hey, you're younger than us, but older than what we want. Hey, have you seen any under 30s around here? Like, they're looking at you for information. You're not what they want. It's very, very organized here. You're over the hill with money. You're under the hill. You're slinging drinks. You're hoping to get like a sugar daddy. And now I'm being the one who's very stereotypical. That
seems very,
And I know, but it's just.
That's pretty black and white of you to describe Palm Springs. There's just a bunch of twinks running around looking for some sugar daddies. But that's all I saw.
But it's also, I'm just taking.
Full disclosure, that is what I saw in this town.
I'm just taking the opportunity to tell you that neither age group wants you. Like, that's what this is.
To be clear, I never said any 30-year-olds were interested in me at all, except for please leave me a big tip.
This is me taking the opportunity to tell you
that you're
not all that.
70-year-old guy who was like, hey, how you doing?
Okay.
He's like, is there a walking trail up here? I'm like, there is. You might want to bring some water. You look like an older guy.
And he said that same thing to you.
No, he looked at me. He goes, does your wife know you're out walking on this trail without her?
No, I didn't.
You're probably unaccompanied.
I didn't. Okay. So tell me about the trail.
Okay. So I woke up in beautiful Palm Springs.
We are on an epic RV road trip. We left Fresno. We are slowly but surely 4 hours at a time. We're never going to drive more than 4 hours at a time. We are going to do a slow RV crawl all the way to Florida and back. Our first stop was Dockweiler. It was fucking loud as hell. We were in the shadow of LAX. We couldn't podcast because there were just flights or airplanes.
Not the shadow. We were in the flight path. Like, the planes were going over us and shaking the RV.
Well, when I say shadow, like the planes like flew over us and the shadow of the planes were over our RV because they were that close. I felt like I could reach out and touch them. So then our next stop has been Palm Springs. You woke up this morning. It was quiet.
Yeah, I was feeling good. It was peaceful. I was like, you know what? I'm going to go for a little walk, Well, beautiful day.
You also decided you're like, this bitch is going to take me all the way to Florida and back. I'm going to gain like 1 million pounds unless this morning I get up and I hike up this mountain. If I just hike up this mountain, I'll do all the exercise right now this morning in Palm Springs.
No, I had no intention of hiking up a mountain. I didn't even know the fucking mountain was there. I saw it yesterday, but I woke up this morning, I did my little weight routine, and then I said, I'm going to go for a small, like, jog walk, right?
A jog walk.
Yeah. So I took my little
that's
app
called,
on.
I think that's called a jog.
Yeah, well, I'm a jog. So I turned on my little app, like, okay, track your Fitness Pal, Under Armour app, how long are you going to run, walk, whatever. So I just started walking. And I see an older gentleman, 70 years old, certainly gay. He's like, I'm like, hey, is there a trailhead up there? He's like, yeah, go check it out. I'm like, awesome. So we went in the bathroom together, and there was this little hole.
Oh my God.
And I put my penis through it.
No, stop.
Oh, shit. That's a different story. Okay, listen. No, that didn't happen. So, no, he's like, yeah, listen, there's a trailhead. I'm like, cool. So I go to the trailhead, and I realize, like, oh, this is like a nice trail, and I can walk up, and this, like, it's pretty beautiful.
Wait, is that what they mean when they say trailhead? Head, get it?
All of this is fucking so inappropriate.
I know.
So, anyways, I decide. You're in the RV, you're chilling, you're playing Wordle, Twordle, and I am walking. And I get to this trailhead, and I realize, like, okay, there's like a little bit of a peak here, and I'll just kind of walk up this trail. It's really nice. It's beautiful. But the problem with me is I'm super goal-oriented. Right? So I can't just enjoy a little brisk walk in the mountain.
Now, let me interrupt for a minute.
Okay.
That's not a problem with you overall, right? It's only a problem with you now. When you were 20 and you were super goal oriented, that's not a problem, right? That's like a guy who's going to retire at 50 and his wife who's just along for the ride. She's also going to retire at 47. And that's it. Like that kind of goal orientation is not a problem. It's only a problem now because now you're 50 and you have a stroke in your medical history. Like when we go to the doctor and they give us a clipboard and they're like, check the things that you've had. Now, up until this point, you just check no. Like, I don't know. Like you.
I'm like, I have nothing.
Yeah. Do you like, you put your pen at the top of the no column and you just draw a straight line like all the way down. You're just like, no. But now you've now entered the phase of your life.
Oh, my. Okay. Hypertension. Yeah. Dysphagia, yeah.
Stroke,
yeah. Oh shit, Jesus, fucking surgery, hospitalizations recently. Oh, definitely. How many medications? I'm like, dude, I got to write on the back of this paper all the medications I'm on. It's a lot of paperwork.
At the bottom of that checklist, where they say like, if you answered yes to any of the above, like, please explain. Normally, I look at that and I'm like, dude, 6 lines for explanation. I said no to all of it. Like, this is just a waste of paper. But you're now at that point.
Well, it's not just that. It's not just the doctor's office. I realized recently, we went to Disneyland. And I'm just standing in line, nothing to fucking do. And I look at the sign. The sign's like, hey, you. If you have a heart condition or suffer from stroke or dizziness, do not get on this fucking ride. I'm like, oh my God. That's me. I'm not even supposed to be on this fucking roller coaster right now at Disneyland. And it was just a fucking small world. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
So that's why when you say you're a goal-oriented person, what was good at 20 is not good at 50. At 50, when you can't even ride the rides at Disneyland and you're going on a hike and you're like, I'm a goal-oriented person, all of us need to be at alert. We need to be like, oh shit, how far is EMS services? Like, this motherfucker, he's going to stroke out.
Well, this is the problem.
Halfway up the mountain.
I was unaccompanied.
Because he's a goal-oriented.
I took the advice of a 7-year-old gay man, and I walked up this mountain. And I had 12 ounces of water.
And you know what? I bet you that 70-year-old man, I bet you he was fucking trim and fit.
Oh, all these gay men look great.
And he's been hiking up that mountain every day of his life for the last 40 years. And he tells you like, yeah, the trailhead's right here. And you're like, if you can do it, I can do it. I'm a goal-oriented person.
Well, this is the inner conflict because as I started to walk up this hill briskly, I was like, hey, don't go crazy. You're super far from EMS. You have had a stroke. Just chill. Just enjoy the walk. And it's a beautiful view here, and it's a beautiful day in Palm Springs. But then I was like, looking up, I was like, I can summit this shit. I'm gonna reach the top of this, right? Now, here's the thing about the summit. Here's what's not the summit. There's no trophy up there. Your vagina's not up there. There's no bar up there. There's no reason to go to the top of this thing.
Wait.
This is also not El Capitan. I'm not like summiting fucking something in Yosemite. I'm literally in Palm Springs walking on a small trail, and I've decided like I need to get to the top of this thing.
Let me just download this for a minute. It goes in this order. Trophy, then my vagina, then a drink.
I didn't put it in any like ascending or descending order. It just came out of my mouth like
you were just firing it off in prioritization. And it seems like
as a goal-oriented person, none of the goals I usually chase, which is trophies, your vagina, and bars.
Right. You know,
we're not at the top of the mountain.
I'm getting a tattoo. I'm getting a tattoo of a trophy, like right in my pubis. Right.
Oh, that's so hot, dude. Please do that. You think you're making a joke? I'm gonna take you to a fucking tattoo parlor right now. I'm like, make it a trophy right above her vagina. I want to get that trophy.
Okay, so go on. So you're now scaling a mountain.
Yes, and I know. First
and
of all,
you're unattended. You
well,
have
I also know
water.
I also know this is fully unapproved by you.
Right.
I know that if you were with me along my side, you would say, "No, we are not walking up that mountain. We're going to walk here, and we're going to walk back to the RV, and we're going to enjoy our day. Because we are planning a cross-country trip from Pacific Ocean to Atlantic Ocean, LA to Miami. And if you fucking fall off this mountain
in
on
Palm
the
Springs,
second trip,
we
second
haven't
day,
even left California yet.
Exactly.
We're still in California.
You're gonna make this trip a big bummer.
We're not even traveling the United States yet. We're traveling United States.
Yeah. So I know it's all unapproved. So I'm like, so now it's like, oh, hey, I'm doing something I'm not supposed to do.
Oh, that actually is attractive to you.
No, I'm just like, okay, bro, why are you trying to summit this mountain? What are you fucking doing?
Yeah.
Then I was like, well, I'm still feeling good.
So your inner voice calls you bro?
Yeah, that's what bros do.
Oh, okay, that's informative.
Yeah, no, my conscience.
I'm learning things.
If you want to get my attention, say bro.
Obviously, say bro and give you a trophy.
Yeah.
And then I'll get your attention.
Yeah, my full attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So my inner conscience is like, hey, bro, there's no vagina on top of this mountain.
Or trophy.
There's no trophy and there's no beers. So what are we doing here? This is not El Capitan. There's no documentary film crew. You're not free soloing up this is a small trail, right? So, and now I'm like, no, I'm all right. I'm not going to go crazy, but I'm going to keep going because I think I'm getting close to the summit. You know what I mean? So I have an inner conflict.
I feel like we should also acknowledge, though, that we're in Palm Springs, and I haven't checked it yet. But, I mean, do we even know what the elevation of Palm Springs is? I mean, who knows? Maybe starting at, like, land level, we might already be at an elevation of, like, 5,000 feet or something like that. I don't know. So you might already be
I was feeling a bit as I got
before we even started it.
As I got up the glacier.
I'm pretty sure we're at sea level, but I'm just saying we don't know.
So I started to feel it a little bit in my chest. I'm like, okay. So I took a stop and I drank some water and I was monitoring my water. I'm like, okay, you're okay.
Yeah, because you barely had any.
I had 12 ounces. So I'm like, all right, I'm all right. Then I was like, let's just go a little farther, you know. And then I thought, bro, fucking go home. Like, turn around and fucking go home. So I said, all right, you're cool. Take a quick selfie, you know.
Yeah.
Look at me, yo, Instagram. I'm climbing this mountain.
Yeah.
And then because I'm pretty vain like that. And then I was like, I'm just going to walk back down because I'm going to do the right thing, which is not break my fucking leg and enjoy this cross-country vacation with my wife.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay.
I appreciate that inner dialogue.
You're a fucking loser. You didn't summit, but we're going to go home. This is the right thing to do.
Right.
So then I start walking down the mountain. Now, when you're going up, it's very easy. You're like, step, look up. When you go down, you realize like, oh, I'm on the side of a fucking mountain and there's slidey rocks and I'm going to fucking fall and break my ass. And also, full disclosure, what people don't know, I'm super fucking scared of heights. I mean, totally afraid of heights. But I often put myself in situations where I realize, again, for the 90,000th time in my life, oh, I hate this. So now I'm walking down the mountain. I'm like, shit, I'm way up here. And I'm running out of water and I'm running out of breath. And I'm fucking sliding. And then I got my AirPods in, listening to my iration reggae because I'm chilling. And then I get a text like, bling, text from Sarah. I'm like,
hey, dipshit.
And I forget because I don't have very much freedom. You're finding my iPhone. You're like, hey, fuckhead, get off that mountain. Because if you fucking break your ass and ruin our vacation, I'll never forgive you. And I was like, on my way back.
I actually said, if you gain a few pounds, there's more of you to love. If you get bit by a rattlesnake and ruin our vacation, if we never even leave United States because we're just stuck in California, I will love you less.
How was that cross-country trip, Sarah? Well, we went to Palm Springs and then Rob broke his fucking leg.
Yeah, this dipshit broke his fucking leg and then he got bit by a rattlesnake and stung by a scorpion and he just died on the side of a mountain. I had to find my iPhone and I had to climb up the mountain myself to go get him. And
so anyways, long story short, I made it back. And then when I came down the mountain, a couple of elderly gay gentlemen said, hey, is there a trailhead back there? And I was like, paying it forward. I'm like, there is, but you should get some water because they didn't have water.
Don't do it without water.
As I was coming down the hill and I was feeling like, okay, I'm the shit, right? Like I didn't summit, but I didn't die. And I got a good workout in. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful day. And I was like, this was fun. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I'm back. An 82-year-old couple came up the trail. I think they even had like the walker with like the tennis balls on the bottom, moving their way up the trail. Yeah. They're like, hey, Sonny, is how much farther to the top? It's like, holy fuck, dude. Oh, and then this is the part I didn't tell you. When I'm near what I'm thinking might be the summit, I think I'm almost like at the North Pole at this point, right?
You've been climbing forever.
Besides you texting me, then my fitness app starts talking to me through my AirPods.
Ooh, what's it say?
Like, bring update. You have walked 1 mile and you've been walking for 35 minutes. And I was like, what the fuck?
You're doing a 35-minute mile?
I literally thought I'd been up there for 2.5 hours. I'm like, Sarah's going to text me any second. I've been gone for like 2 fucking hours. 35 minutes. I was on a 35-minute walk, and you already said, like, get your ass off the mountain. And my app's like, hey, bro. Bro. Even my app said, bro. Bro, go home.
Get down this mountain.
Get your ass home. So I did the right thing. I came home.
I was minding my own business. We woke up this morning and we both got on the scale because we're doing this 95. I literally don't know how many days it is. I know it's more than 90 and less than 100. But we're doing this.
We don't have jobs, y'all. We're just fucking crossing the country.
We're doing this 3-month cross-country trip, and we both have one goal.
Well, I have a goal, though.
We both have 2 goals.
Can I interrupt you? What are we drinking? You made this fantastic drink.
It is.
It is delicious.
You threw the bottle. It's this 0-calorie, like, sparkling water. I think it was peach nectarine was the flavor.
Nice.
With vodka.
That seems very Palm Springs of you.
Yeah, no, just 0-calorie sparkling water and vodka is the way to go. Cheers.
Nice.
Okay.
You're a good bartender.
So we have 2 goals. Primary goal is to share.
Don't die.
Share this super, super, super small space and don't get divorced.
The RV Tiki, yes.
Right. Like, this is the super small space.
Yes.
Don't get divorced.
It's small until you're driving on the freeway. Then it's very big.
Then it's large.
But when you're living in it and smell each other's farts.
Small, stationary, large,
Mobile.
motionary.
Yeah.
And then
motionary. Not a word, but it should be.
then
Very
the
cool.
second goal is that we don't want to make this space smaller by becoming larger. Right? Like, neither one of us wants to gain weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If either one of us gets any bigger, we won't be able to cross each other's path.
Like, we don't want
in
to
the hallway.
We don't want to do like this season of my 600-pound life. Like these 2 like 1,200 pounders.
Rob and Sarah did a cross-country trip.
Right.
Came back with diabetes.
Like, we don't want to get larger. So those are our goals. Stay married. Don't get larger. So this morning, and we have a scale. We're traveling with a scale.
Those fucking goals are outrageous because this is a challenging trip.
But this morning, we get the scale out. We have like a motorhome scale. And so we get the scale out, and I hop on the scale. And prior to this, we'd been about 10 pounds apart. We'd been staying like pretty much to my dismay because I don't want to be 10 pounds less than my husband. I want to be 25 pounds less than my husband. I don't know. Call me just sexist and old school or whatever, but I don't want to weigh within 10 pounds of my husband. I want to be like the more feminine, partner.
The dainty, sexy wife.
Thank you. I want to be dainty and sexy. So prior to this, we'd had like a good 10 pounds between us. This morning, there was 14 pounds between us. So I get on the scale and I'm happy. I'm like, oh, whatever Palm Springs is doing to the scale, I like what's happening. You come in behind me and you're like, I'm 14 pounds heavier than you. And then all of a sudden, you disappear. You pull out a yoga mat. I'm like, who packed a yoga mat? Like,
I did.
What is happening? You get outside. I just hear grunting. I'm just drinking my coffee. I'm playing Wordle. I'm so happy. I'm at peace. But I hear this person outside the motorhome like,
I got my 25-pound dumbbell.
Reps of 10. So you're like kind of doing your own thing. And I'm kind of laughing at you. I'm like, oh, this is so typical. And I'm kind of laughing. Then you wander off. And I'm glad about it.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I did all this like super bro masculine grunting this morning.
Right. And I'm
fuck off.
I'm like, this is working towards goal 1 that we stay married. You fuck off. I have like a private moment. So I have my private moment and I wordle and I chordle and I octortle. I do it all. And now I'm on my second cup of coffee. And now it occurs to me.
You're living your best life.
I am.
In Palm Springs, drinking coffee, wordling.
I am. But then now I'm like, wait a minute. Oh shit, he went and ran out. Like, where is he? Is he safe? I did think to myself, like,
he's trying to run off 14 pounds in one day.
He's trying to, I did. So that's when I picked my phone up and I was like, where is this motherfucker? And I saw you were on a trail. And I know there's like a ginormous mountain right behind us. It's beautiful. I like to look at it. I don't want to climb up it. And I see from Share My Location that you're on it. You're halfway up it. And I'm just like,
this fucking guy.
This motherfucker.
So
dude.
predictable.
Exactly. So that's when I texted you. I was like, get your fucking ass back down this mountain. Get in here. Drink some water. I got some coffee brewing. Like, can you just be normal?
You're like, you know what's in this motorhome? I got a vagina, drinks, and a trophy in here. Get your ass
Exactly.
home.
Yes.
You want a summit? Summit in the motorhome.
Yeah.
Shit.
Can you just be more normal for 5 fucking seconds? I've already wordled, octortle. Like, you've got to do it too. We've got like a stiff competition going.
We got a very, very stiff competition. 3 games every day.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Why are you up a mountain? And that's when I texted.
I was trying to be Buddha on a mountaintop. So we were on this epic road trip. I took an early road trip. I did some pre-gaming before this. I went to Arizona and back. And then while I was gone, you got sick. You got RSV.
Yes.
And then you told me, don't come home.
Yeah, so you went to Phoenix to race your car.
Yes, I did.
And while you were in Phoenix, and I was supposed to go with you, but I was like, do I want to go?
Like,
I don't know.
I hate racing.
I know. And I was like,
this.
I got to get ready for this epic road trip that we're going on. And instead of getting ready for this epic road trip that we're going on, I got RSV, which I don't know what it stands for. I've decided it stands for really sucks virus because it really sucked.
When you called me,
awful.
You're like,
I'm
sick. Don't come on.
No.
Like, oh my God.
It was horrible.
You sounded terrible.
You know who I got it from?
Our daughter.
Our fucking daughter. I went to LA one
Kids, the gift that keeps on giving.
And I get RSV. So I'm doing the math. I'm like, okay, I had like a 5-day incubation period. Like I saw Addie and then 5 days later I got RSV. You've been gone. I'm like doing all of the calculations and the doctor is telling me, you are going to be contagious as long as you have symptoms. So I tell you, don't come home. You're supposed to come home Monday. And I tell you, don't come home Monday. Like slow play this shit. Stay one more night in Phoenix. Stay Phoenix to Fresno. It's a long drive. Don't do it in one day. Stay. And I tell you specifically.
You're like, go to like La Quinta at like Desert Inn, like middle of nowhere.
Or I say Bakersfield. Like, just stay a night in Bakersfield. And I pick out a hotel. I'm like, hey.
$89 a night.
I'll get points for this. So I'm going to book you in the Bakersfield Hampton Inn. You'll get a free breakfast. And I think I'm being nice. I'm like, don't come home where you're going to get RSV right before we leave for this trip.
You were looking after me.
And I'm like, the Hampton Inn, they'll take care of you. They'll give you breakfast in the morning. And
they got a gym. You can grunt in there.
Exactly. Those are comfortable beds. And just, like cruise home. And so then you text me back. I miss you. I wish I could see you tonight. Sounds good. Great. You're staying in Bakersfield tonight. And then an hour later, maybe not Bakersfield. What about Vegas? Can you give me a room in Vegas? And I'm looking at the
Vegas
map.
is not even on the way.
Vegas is not. I'm like, Vegas is 2 hours out of your way. From Phoenix to Fresno, Vegas is not even in your flight path.
Yeah, but it's Vegas, baby.
And then you can take an $89 Bakersfield Hampton Inn night and turn it into like $1,000 24-hour just self-indulgent date with yourself. I hope it was with yourself in Vegas.
I was definitely alone with myself. I had a wonderful 24 hours in Vegas.
I know you did.
Yeah,
I know you did.
You were finding my phone and tracking all my purchases. You're like, really, motherfucker? Are you serious right now?
You're like, hey, can you book me in the hotel that has Piff The Magic Dragon? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? I don't even know what that is. And you're like, well, it's a show I want to see. Can you just look and see which hotel it's at? I'm like, okay.
I'm like, and then book me a massage.
Let me drop everything while I'm sick with RSV.
Porking up a lung, trying to fucking get me a room.
I'll read your mind and figure out where Piff The Magic Dragon is playing.
He's at the Flamingo.
I know that now. So I booked you at the Flamingo. You got your Piff The Magic Dragon tickets. You got a massage.
I went to some bars, played some blackjack. It was awesome. I had a really great in and out 24-hour trip to Vegas. Like, it was in and out.
It was totally, though. And I don't know. Maybe this is like really healthy. Maybe this is what everyone should do. I don't know. Because I haven't been on the...
I did all the shit you didn't want to do with me.
That's what I was going to say. It was totally like everything I ever want to do in Vegas. And I can't with my partner because she doesn't want to do it.
You don't like magic. You don't like shows in the evening because you want to drink all day. You don't want to sit in a show and pee. You don't like massages. You just don't like that shit.
You went to that stupid like candy drink where they put like gummy worms.
Oh yeah,
in the
all
drinks.
the sugar drinks.
Like
you put dry ice in it.
You ate
Cake
dessert.
Boss.
You ate cake.
I had Cake Boss cake.
You ate cake at midnight. Like, who does that? Like,
I did. I was running around Vegas with the biggest smile on my face, just stuffing my fucking face with fucking sugar the whole time.
And the entire time you were sending me pictures, and I was like, "Oh, cute picture." But I was like, "I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that." And then that's when it dawned on me. Oh my God, he's doing everything. I don't want to. This is 24
because we go to Vegas a lot, and I'm like, this is all the shit she won't do with me.
Yeah.
I packed it in.
So that's what I mean. Maybe this is really healthy. Like, maybe this is what people should do.
Well, it was fun. Piff the Magic Dragon was hilarious, but I didn't know anything about him. He's been on like America's Got Talent, all these shows that I don't watch. I don't know him.
Oh, my mom knew that.
All I knew was that he was a guy who looked angry he's a short guy who looks angry wearing a dragon costume on billboards in Vegas. I'm like, that looks funny to me. I have a very juvenile sense of humor. I thought Police Academy was funny. I'm like, maybe he'll do some.
No, my mom knew that because my mom called me because you posted a picture of you and Piff the Magic
I actually got a
Dragon.
picture with Piff.
And my mom's like, oh my God, America's Got Talent and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, Mom, what are you rattling on about? And she's like, are you not looking at Rob's socials? And I'm like,
no, fuck him. He's in Vegas.
He's in Vegas. Like, what are you? He's not in America's Got Talent. What are you talking about? And then she's like telling me, oh, you know, this is Piff the Magic Dragon. He and his dog, they were on America's Got Talent season 5, and this is the greatest show, and he's so lucky, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, Mom. Yeah, I'll tell him to call you when he gets home and let you know how the show was. And she was just like, if I were in Vegas, I would totally go to that show with him. And I cannot believe that he went
I wish I had
me.
taken Wendy Kirby to Piff the Magic Dragon because I went alone. I sat in the front by myself. It was weird. But ultimately, the show was great. Piff, like I said, I didn't know what I was going to get. I'm just like, I'm in. I'm fucking in. This guy's wearing a dragon costume. I loved Puff the Magic Dragon as a kid. There was a Disney movie with a green dragon. What was it called?
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Was that Puff?
Yeah.
No, Puff the Magic Dragon's like a stoner song.
The movie with Elliot, the Disney kid.
No, his name is Elliot.
Yeah.
The dragon's called Elliot. That's not Puff.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
later.
whatever. So
anyways, we're drunk, y'all.
I get to the show, and then Piff the Magic Dragon comes out with his little dog, which is awesome. And then he says his first words, you want to see a magic trick?
Oh, you're doing a British accent.
You want to see a magic trick?
Oh, you're doing it again.
I was like, oh, this dude's fucking British?
That's your British
I'm
accent.
Like, Piff, I don't want to see a magic trick. I want to see some fucking subtitles because I'm not going to understand a fucking word you're saying the entire time you're doing this show because I don't speak British. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a Vegas show. It didn't say like, from Britain, Piff the Magic fucking Dragon. They're just like, short dude in a dragon costume does magic.
Well,
into it.
Most people, including my mother, know that he was on like season 5 of America's Got Talent, and oddly, he's from Britain.
Well, he did a lot of crowd work, and he was confused about people's jobs and shit because he's like, "What do you do for a living?" They tell him, he's like, "Oh, he didn't know what the fuck it was because he don't have it in Britain." So I was like, "Piff, like, bro, get on board with America here. You're doing an American show."
They don't have jobs in Britain?
No, they do, but this particular job, I can't remember what it was, but it was so funny.
What kind of job did they not have in Britain?
An orthodontist. Anyways, it was a great show.
I'm going to spend the rest of my evening trying to brainstorm jobs we have in America that they don't have.
They also don't have short dragons who do magic. They had to come to America for all his dreams to come true.
Oh.
Look, I'm going to say this.
Oh, wait, so his dog's American?
Oh, for sure.
Wait, isn't he a Chihuahua?
Yeah, they come from East
Doesn't
LA.
that make him Mexican?
East LA is shit, yeah.
I think Chihuahuas are from Mexico.
No, they're from East LA. Okay. I'm not trying to do the whole cultural appropriation thing here. You want a fucking Chihuahua, you don't go to Tijuana, you go to East LA.
You go to Taco Bell. Yo quiero
Taco Bell. So anyways, I had a great time with Piff. I got to meet him. We took a picture for the podcast. It was awesome.
No, wait, you met Piff? Isn't the dog Piff?
No.
I don't know because I didn't see the show.
Well, you shouldn't speak on it.
Well, because I was fucking at home dying.
Well, me and your mom know all about it.
Of a really sucks virus, RSV.
Yeah. No,
it was awful.
Piff is the dragon.
Okay.
The dog has a name, I forgot.
Piff.
No, it's not Piff. It's fucking shithead, whatever. He's bad at magic. The dog is bad at magic.
You were living your best life in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I was.
Spending all of the money.
It was $1,000 in 24 hours.
Sending
between show tickets and hotel rooms and upgrades and
massages,
drinks, tequila drinks and massages.
And the massages.
Exactly.
The massages, that was the big ticket item.
Yeah, it was nice.
Was
nice.
the massage.
Yeah.
You do always say to me whenever
let's get a couples massage.
Oh, they have a spa. Let's go to the spa. Let's get a couples massage. Like, don't you want to be pampered? And I'm always like, no, I don't want strangers to touch me. Like, I don't want to do that. So now you go and you get a massage. And I hope you don't get your dick tugged.
No, and the thing is, I really don't want that. I really just want a massage. Like, Mike, just massage me. Don't pull on my pecker. Like, I don't want anything to do with that. But there's been no confusion. I've had 3 massages and nobody's pulled on my pecker.
Well, the reason is because you can't make a reservation for yourself. So I book it for you. I book it and they say any notes. So I book it and I tell you what time.
This is his wife. Do not jerk this man off.
And always in the notes, I always say, don't touch my dick. Don't tug on my dick. Like, I do not want a happy ending. I would like to leave sad, please. Exclamation point.
I want to leave this fucking massage sad.
I would like a disappointed ending. Underwhelmed.
Please disappoint me with this massage. Please don't pull on my dick.
So that's what I put in the notes every single time.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep making me your massage booker.
Well, I think you also put in the notes,
ending.
you're like, hard as possible. Because she came at me just beating the fuck. And I'm like, hey, please. Whoa, what the fuck? Let's just roll that back like 1,000%.
I don't say that.
Dude, you're beating the shit out of me. This is worse than the dentist.
Look, I only have 250 characters to say not to tug on your dick.
Do not pull.
I don't have enough characters to like add in.
This is a no tug zone.
What kind of strength you want in the massage. So
Gotcha.
When it comes in at you hard or soft, that's not me. When they don't touch your dick, that's me.
She came at me. I'm like, look, do I look like your ex-husband? Are you angry at me? Have I not paid spousal support? Like, you are fucking taking out some shit on me. I don't deserve this.
That part might be me because I could fit in the 250 characters. I could fit in like, this is his wife. I have RSV. I'm very sick. He's not coming home to take care of me. He's spending 24 hours self-indulgent in Vegas.
With a British magician.
Yeah, do what you want.
Dressed like a dragon.
So that part might have been me.
Well, it worked. The first 30 seconds were brutal.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, can we just start the clock over? Because that 30 seconds shouldn't have counted. That was some bullshit.
Here, I only got
Start
50
over.
minutes, and now
Start
I'm down
over,
to
man.
49 and a half minutes.
So yeah, I had a great 24 hours in Vegas. It was very expensive. You got sick, and it cost you a bunch of money. Because I went to Vegas and just had all the fun.
Yeah, and I was at home Googling how long RSV stays on like doorknobs. So I knew like, do I need to clean the doorknobs off?
Yeah, you were like,
you're like,
I clean the doorknobs. I'm like, this isn't COVID. Like, what the fuck's the problem here?
No, it is though. It's like the 2024 COVID.
You know, it's funny because when I came back, you and I were in such a different headspace because you were like all riled up, like, we got this cross country trip and I'm fucking sick and you can't get fucking sick. And I was like, hey man, I just had a massage. I'm super chill.
Calm.
Like, calm down about the fucking doorknobs. So we had a good day at home, and then you said, hey, listen, we got to drive across country. We got this RV that we own. You should probably do some maintenance on it. And so I spent a week. You just up my ass, like, get to the fucking shop and work on the RV. Not your race car, work on the RV.
Yes.
We got it done.
We did. We got it done.
RV's in tip-top shape.
We didn't clean the floors. This RV is kind of like, it's like a super fun game of the floor is lava. As long as nothing touches the floor, everything's clean. I don't know. Are you playing that?
Well, I got off.
Because I'm totally playing
I got off the
floor
top
is
bunk
lava.
today, and then when I stepped down, seems like the floor has these little small pebbles that just puncture your nerve. You're like, oh, Jesus
pebbles,
Christ.
sand, dead bugs. Like,
yeah.
We cleaned all of the cabinets. I took everything out of the cabinets. I wiped it all down.
Yeah, we played the game like, do we really need this anymore?
Every horizontal surface except for the floor, I cleaned, I scoured. Like, this RV is cleaner that it's ever been, except for the floors. We didn't get to the floors. That was the last thing, because you work from the top down.
Yeah.
And then it was like, it's time to go.
We gotta go.
Our first stop is Dockweiler. Our daughter and our dog are joining us. We know we're going to get a bunch of sand on the floor. Like, fuck it. We'll deal with the floors after Dockweiler. And now we're in Palm Springs, and we still haven't dealt with the floors.
We were going to deal with it today, but we decided to go to see a tiki bar.
Yeah.
And then we've been to 3 tiki bars.
So it seems like we're just going to take...
We just keep getting drunk.
We're going to just take this LA County sand all the way across the country to Florida.
Miami, yeah.
And we're just going to play the floors
We'll
lava.
just mix it up.
Just don't let anything touch the ground. If it drops on the ground, it's fucking filthy.
It's garbage.
But as long as it doesn't touch the ground,
disgusting.
it's good.
Exactly.
Good.
Exactly.
There was a whole Netflix show about the floor being lava.
Really?
It's fun. Yeah, we didn't watch it.
Yeah, we don't watch that shit.
We don't even know what it's about.
I don't even know who Piff the Magic Dragon is. I saw him live.
I might be like totally referencing this the wrong way.
Sure.
But
It'd be a different streaming service. Maybe it was on ABC.
it might have been.
You don't even know.
Okay, so far, here's where we're at. We have not left the state yet. We've gone, I don't know, maybe 400 miles. We had 2 nights of 2 overnight guests.
Yes.
We had
Magic
Addie, and we had our dog Magic. We've gone to 4 tiki bars.
Yeah, because we went to the Purple Orchid in El Segundo, where I left my wallet in El Segundo.
I hope you didn't.
A Tribe Called Quest.
So
We'll call back in the day.
we've done 4 tiki bars. We've done 1 daughter, 1 dog. We've got some sand in the RV. We had 1 rainy day. Otherwise, though, we're looking good.
So far, so good. Hope you're not jinxing us. We have 2 Tiki mugs.
Knock on wood.
So our goal is to hit as many Tiki bars and speakeasies as we cross this beautiful country, the United States of America, promoting our stupid podcast, Stories and Cocktails. We even put a sticker on the back. The rolling mobile studio of Stories and Cocktails. Listen to our show.
As long as I can keep you off of mountains, I don't want you to fall. I don't want you to get bit by rattlesnakes. Like, we're good. We just got to stay safe.
Just for my own clarity, you don't want to be looking at mountains, walking on mountains, dreaming about mountains.
No.
No mountains.
No mountains.
I'm not even allowed to ride like Magic Mountain at Disneyland because of my stroke.
Yeah, no. No mountains.
It's called Space Mountain.
Can
Magic
we do that?
Mountain is a different place.
Can we do? Yeah, Magic Mountain. Space Mountain is a ride at Disneyland. Magic Mountain is a whole other theme park.
With lots of roller coasters. I can't do Magic Mountain
in Valencia, California.
Damn, what's all this rum in my body? It's hard to use my words.
That's hard.
It is.
No,
all right, listen.
It's very hard.
I will say this. I want you to know, baby, I'm super, super excited. We have been talking about this trip for many, many years. Someday we'll get in an RV and we'll drive across the country. But
yes.
We're actually doing it, and I'm super stoked to be doing it with you.
Yeah, and I am too.
And you're the best. So many adventures ahead of us.
Many adventures.
Many stories.
Many tiki bars.
Many cocktails. Oh, shit. We got to talk about the story. The story is called Honey on Buggy, published September 25th, 2003, published in Santa Maria Sun. A story about camping, and we chose it tonight because you wanted to be a camping kind of girl, and we did one camping trip where I had to pack all this shit on my back.
Yes.
You wanted to bring your entire creature comforts into the woods.
Now, the story is very apropos.
And I said, fuck that. We're going to only glamp from now on with an RV. So we don't do tent camping.
Turns out, you ditch the kids, you ditch the tent, you get an RV, and camping is amazing.
Yeah.
I love camping.
That's a pretty good life hack right there. Ditch your kids. Life is better.
Exactly. Get an RV.
Spoken by 2 empty nesters who are retired.
This is the challenge. We have 2 coffee pots. An RV is very, very, very small, and we are carrying 2 coffee pots and 2 different kinds of coffee all the way across the country. Because
Strokey Smurf doesn't drink caffeine.
Because you're fragile and you can't have caffeine.
Which is why I probably shouldn't be climbing mountains.
Exactly. A man who can't drink caffeine has no business climbing mountains.
If Starbucks will take you down, you shouldn't be climbing up some fucking damn Mount Everest and shit.
Exactly.
No, listen, I said it before, I'll say it again. The whole time I was up there, I'm like, shouldn't be up here. I'm not supposed to be up here.
I should not do this.
But I'm going to summit this.
I don't belong here.
I'm going to touch the top of this thing.
No more.
Back down.
No more. Now, tomorrow, when you wake up and I hear you like starting to work out and you start to do your crazy thing, because hopefully tomorrow we're still 14 pounds apart. Hopefully it works in my favor. When you get a little crazy, instead of just me being like, oh, good, go fuck off for a minute. I need the quiet space. We are going to have to come up with like here's where you're allowed to go. Like you're like a child where you're just like, you can go to the end of the cul-de-sac and you can come back.
Cables we have for the dogs. You want to just wrap it around my neck so I can only walk about 40 feet from the RV.
Give you like a little radius.
You hear me like, ting, the chain click. You're like, oh, you went too far, Robbie.
I think I'm going to tell you have to stay within the RV park.
Well, I've said for a long time that I as a married man to you, I have had a very short leash. Like it has one link on the chain.
Yeah.
So now you're saying I get 40 feet.
Pretty much.
That's 39 more feet than I ever had.
Ooh.
I think the trouble I get into within 49 feet of this motorhome.
We need to wrap this up because we made a reservation at a speakeasy.
We do. A speakeasy at the
Evening Citizen.
We have reservations at 7:00 at the speakeasy in Palm Springs called the Evening Citizen, given to us by a really good bartender named Jay at the Reef.
You were given a warning, and I don't think that you understood that it was a warning. I understood that it was a warning. There's the upfront things that we say to people, and then there's like the subtext. And I have found that you don't necessarily comprehend.
Why are you speaking to me? I don't understand what you're saying.
Subtext. So Jay's subtext, he was like, okay, this is on Arenas. That's like a little strip of gay bars in Palm Springs. It's so amazing and so cool. I've been there before and I love it. And Jay loves it. And he just said, he's like,
hey, when you take your dipshit husband there,
yeah,
the broest bro of bros,
yeah,
maybe you roll him back a bit.
He said everyone is welcome as long as they sort of like adopt like the culture and they're not so
He said
loud.
respect the space.
Respect the space. That's what he said. And then he told this cute little anecdotal story. He is like, my dad takes up a lot of space. My dad is not a large man. He's like a loud man. And he takes up a lot of space without knowing it. And he's like, my dad is like kind of like cringy in certain situations. And the entire time he was telling this anecdotal story about his dad, he was looking at you and he was kind of looking at me where he's kind of like, are you going to keep him in check. And I'm like, oh, Jay, I don't know. Like, it's the struggle.
I was like,
real.
am I supposed to be your daddy? Like, what are we doing
No,
here?
that's the whole thing, is that you missed all of the subtext. Like, he was basically telling you, like, I'm going to tell you where the speakeasy is on arenas.
But you
I'm
got to
gonna
be
give
cool,
you this
Robbie.
inside information.
Be fucking cool.
But you have to be cool. And he's like, don't fuck this up. Say that Jay from the Reef sent you.
Yeah, he said I got to say his name. Jay sent you.
You need to respect the space that you're in.
It's a tall order, son.
Exactly. And then,
fucked up, bro.
And then this couple from Long Beach came in, and they were awesome, and they were speaking our language, and they were talking about like beach cruisers,
Tiki
and
bars,
biking, and tiki bars.
They're my peeps.
And your volume got so loud, and the space that you were using just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, to where it was just like there was no room for anyone, and like we were all crushed under your space. And Jay's just like, I take it back.
The world is mine.
He can't go. He cannot go. And then you're doing that. You're drunk enough now where you're starting to call people son. Hey, son, the world is mine. And I'm just like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I can't. I'm sorry.
Jay's like, I wish that 70-year-old guy just pushed you off the cliff this morning. That'd be the best thing that ever happened in Palm Springs.
I don't wish for that.
Oh, you're so sweet.
All right. We've got reservations at the Evening Citizen.
And I'm going to respect the space.
You're going to respect the space?
I am, yeah. I'll be good.
Promise?
Yeah, as long as a bunch of bros don't come in and we'll start broing it up. If I'm the only bro there, I'll just stay quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know. I sort of feel like you bring the bro vibe. Like, I feel like you have like a...
I'm the king of the fucking bros, bro.
I know. Yeah, I don't want you to like ring the bro bell and like bring them in. You know what I mean?
I need a t-shirt that just says head bro.
Grammar. What if it says like head, comma, bro?
Even better. Head bro.
Okay, it's time for us to go.
Let's raise a glass.
Let's raise
2 stories, 2 cocktails, 2 cross-country trips.
to Palm
And to head,
Springs. To Palm Springs. Cheers.
Cheers.
And that was Last Call. You did it. You survived an episode of Stories and Cocktails. But did Rob or Sarah's liver survive the show? I don't know. Tune into the next episode to find out, to enjoy some more stories and some more cocktails. By the way, if you want to support the debauchery of the show, then buy the host their next round by Venmoing a couple of gold doubloons at Stories and Cocktails. Back in the day, a gold doubloon was only 4 Spanish dollars. Who knew? Well, folks, I'll be right here behind the bar, cleaning the glassware and awaiting your return to the Stories and Cocktails podcast. Cheerio, friends.
If you enjoy hearing Rob Kreider's different humor columns here on the Stories and Cocktails podcast, then I promise you will love his novel, Cadet Blues. Cadet Blues is Rob's hilarious tell-all about desperately trying to survive the shock and awe boot camp-style training at the California Highway Patrol Academy. People from all different walks of life have come to love this book because Cadet Blues is simply a crazy good read. Heartfelt, inspiring, and damn funny. It's available in paperback through Amazon, eBay, or cadetblues.com, where you can get free shipping and a personalized autographed book. Or you can download a digital copy of Cadet Blues from Amazon Kindle, Barnes & Noble Nook, or Apple iBooks. Do yourself a favor and check out the novel, Cadet Blues.